What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic. And yes, this is not from the Jeep or Ram DLC. This is our competition entry, just splitting it up a little bit. We'll be back to the DLC in the next video with our last build, which is the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. But for today, we've got the beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex, our competition entry build, and ours is just called the VM Slammed. Which makes sense because it is pretty slammed if we're talking honestly. But there is plenty more to go on this build a little bit later on. It is the Salem Earthquake Rex. I've made this one available in the junkyard so we could get it from the bad auction house, which we have done. And it's not in that bad condition. 50% on this side, 40% on this side. We can deal with that. It's one of those things. But did we get a good deal for the Salem Earthquake Rex that we are going to completely transform? No, we didn't. 62,387 is what we paid, and 50,651 is what I could sell it for right now, losing out on 11,736, unfortunately, before we begin. And as we won't be racing this one in any way, this is one of our show car builds to go on our wonderful show car board, as soon as I can get up here, that is. So make sure you give this video a score out of 10. I say this video, give this build a score out of 10. So hopefully we can get it onto our wonderful, wonderful show car board. Looking fantastic. Will it make it into the top 10? Well, that is down to you guys at home. Leave me a score out of 10 in the comments once you've watched the full video and you've seen the full truck. And let me know what you think. And then we'll get it added to the show car board, ready for an upcoming episode. Hopefully we'll be able to get this one into the top 10. I'm very pleased with it. I think it's going to look fantastic, and I cannot wait to show you guys what we've done. Let's jump back in. The engine in this one is the V8 double overhead cam AXK TRS, which is the twin turbo engine available from the Drag Racing DLC, pumping out 979 of factory horsepower in this beautiful, beautiful Earthquake Rex truck. And we are going to be adding lots of power to that one today. All of the performance parts we can possibly squeeze onto this V8, plus a little bit extra. And we'll be doing some fine tuning with bits to make them look better than they normally do. I don't know if that's the right choice of words, but it's going to look absolutely awesome. And I cannot wait to show you guys everything cool about this truck. It is for our competition. As you can see, these are all the previous winners. There's plenty more previous winners up here. And there is another board of previous winners up here as well. We're going to have to think something to do for the next lot because I'm running out of space. Maybe I'll just take over one of these with a whole section of previous winners when we get there. We're not quite there yet, but this board is starting to fill up. So this round is the Salem Earthquake Rex. By the time you see this video, it will be too late to enter, but it won't be too late to vote for your favourite. So get over to the official Red Dot Games Discord server, linked in the description below and on screen now. Head over there, vote for your favourite, and if you are a little bit late, we will be starting the new vote for the next competition around 10 o'clock this evening on the Thursday when this video comes out. So if you've not seen it by 10 o'clock, once you've seen it after 10 o'clock, we'll be deciding the new vehicle for the next round of competition. So head over there, have some fun with it regardless. But we need to get started with this beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex. And the easiest way to do that is we need to now get this one into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Let's get this dust and grime all cleaned off the beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex. It looks like it has a livery on underneath. We won't be using that. I can promise you that one. But anyway, let's get it cleaned. It should be a camo livery under there, which might look quite good, but definitely not what we're going to stick with. There we go. With a bit of rust on there as well. Very patinaed on this beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex. But it is a sort of camo livery that we're definitely not going to be sticking with. But anyway, let's get the interior done. Get this beautiful truck back on the lifter. Start getting things stripped off. Get it fully tilled down. Ready to go back together. Looking absolutely fantastic as a beautiful show truck. Maybe even SEMA quality. Rex is all clean and in the air. There is an oil pan, so we need to get all of that drained off to start with. So let's get in with that. Out you come. Not the cleanest, but definitely not the worst we've ever seen. And there was plenty of it in there. So let's get in. Now, this is normally a four-wheel drive truck, but it's not anymore. We've turned this one into a rear-wheel drive truck. And yes, there is a little bit of clipping there, but that will be removed later on. Don't you worry. I've made sure that pretty much nothing in this clips through into anything else. Hopefully, he says, fingers crossed. We have had to use a double drive shaft because it is so long, which does mean that we won't be using the TKAftermarket drive shaft because we can only replace one of these, I believe, with the TKAftermarket one. But I will try it later on. But anyway, let's crack on and get our drive shafts out of here. I think this is the proper one. And then this is the sort of like the secondary one that doesn't really count for much. But anyway, we'll see if we can swap both of them out later for the TK Aftermarket ones. But if not, we'll just go for the normal ones as they are. Out comes the starter just there. And then off with this big old gearbox. Are we going to need to take them turbos off to get the engine out? I'm not sure. We'll give it a go without. And then we'll come back and swap it later if we need to. So there we go. Back down you come for the moment. And let's go and grab the engine crane. Over we go. Get you over to little Rexy. I say little, definitely not little Rexy. Big old Rexy, and try and pull that engine out. That's what we like. Came out nice and easy. Turbos included. Let's get in here. We're not going to take too big of a look because I don't want to give too much away. So if it's missing, we won't see it now, but we will see it a bit later on. So our battery is just tucked in the front up here. Our radiator, couldn't even think of what this was called for a minute there. I could have just hovered over it and seen it, but I guess never mind. Our radiator at the front here is the Summit radiator, available with the TK Aftermarket mod. Looking absolutely fantastic in there. Lowered down a little bit at the front, but we've got plenty of airflow, so don't worry about it. Power steering reservoir is tucked in here, along with the wishy-washy reservoir. Our coolant reservoir just at the top, and then the ABS pumper module at the back, with our brake servo ECU Type A that will be fully tuned later on, and our fuse box just up here on the ledge. All looking pretty good. There is plenty more to go in this engine bay, but I don't want to show you it right now. So I'm going to crack on. It looks like we got most of the suspension, as we've got all four wheels on. And it is on air ride, as you can see. Air shocks all the way around. It's going to have to be for how low this truck realistically is. But anyway, let's crack on and get these liquids drained. So right click, additional tools, drain tool, click and hold on whichever container you want to drain the liquids from, and it will drain them all out. Nice and simple. I'm going to get the rest of this engine bay, then all the suspension cleared up. When we come to back, it'll be time to work on the Salem's beautiful bodywork and a few bonus parts ready to go on it before we take this beast into the paint shop and pick out what colours we're going to go for this wonderful truck today. That's all the mechanicals repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go. Back on Rex. Well, not ready. We need to paint them and everything yet. But before we do that, we need to decide on the colour and sort this beautiful bodywork out. So let's start stripping it down. Off with the fenders, front bumper, out with these wonderful headlights, and off with that hood there. Then we've got the fender on the other side, windshield, door and window. Mirrors will come later. No door on that side. Out with this fender here. Out with the tail light, off with the trunk piece, tail light, fender, no rear bumper. I have a bumper delete on this one, but off with that rear license plate. That is a vibrant yellow underneath, isn't it? Absolutely wild, that colour yellow. But out with the rear window, rear door, and the driver's door there. And I think that should be everything officially for the bodywork. Let's get in, though. Get rid of this interior. Out with that bench. That bench will be going back in, but these front seats and this steering wheel will not be going back in here. So we'll just take them out for the time being. But have we now got everything? 1% on there and nothing showing up on there. We can also check we are down to the bare frame here. So there we go. But let's get on and we'll get the welding all sorted for our beautiful truck. Before we do that, 52% on the frame. And we bought it for a little over 62,000. I don't know. I think it's going to be a little bit high, but not high. So I'm going to go 2,000. 1,500. I was tempted with the 1,500, but we didn't go for it. But we'll jump in and check out the body tuning shop for our beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex, he says. Maybe there isn't anything in here. Oh, no, there isn't anything in here. Is there? I've confused myself now. I really thought there was. Maybe there isn't. No, I don't think there is. Okay, never mind. We'll go into this one. And there it is, our Salem Earthquake Rex. So apparently everything is just like for like. I thought there was some swappable options. Not that ours is going to completely go back together looking like this. We won't be using these mirrors or this rear bumper for definite on there. And I think that might be about it. Yeah, we're going to do some changing colour-wise with some lights and things like that. But we will be using just everything as it is, plus a few extra bonus parts. I did get confused. I thought there was additional parts for this one, but we have got additional bonus parts to go on it as well. So there we go. Frames all sorted. I'm going to go repair the body panels we can repair, buy what I have to buy, then we can get it back together with some bonus parts, and then off into the paint booth. That's everything repaired for the bodywork, so let's start getting it back together and then on with some bonus parts as well. We've got fender, we've got hoods, we've got front bumper, and obviously on with those headlights. I really do like these headlights. There's a bit of extra definition to put on them just a little bit later on. Blank license plate on the front there, And obviously these fenders here, I love them because they've already got the flared arches on the fenders, so it already sits a bit wider than the normal version would. Absolutely fantastic on there. This is going to look awesome. I really hope you enjoy this one. But anyway, on with all the doors and windows around this side. In you go, on you go back there. Then we've got our rear left fender, our trunk piece, and our left tail light on this side. Rear right fender, right tail light, and obviously doors and windows to go on just here. That's the only door we had to buy new. Obviously, we had to buy all new windows and lights on there. But apart from that, it was all pretty good. And then on with our little blank license plate for the time being down at the back. That's the base exterior all done. So let's get on and get our interior in. As I said, it is the Salem Earthquake Rex bench, should I say, on there. But he's trying to splash a bit of colour on that a bit later on. And then we've got our MSPM Recaro style seats at the front there, thanks to Multiply. Absolutely legendary. I love these seats. And obviously, again, thanks to Multiply, Night VM steering wheel on there. That's the interior all done. Bodywork all finished, all up to 100%. But we do have a couple of bonus parts ready to go on here. We're going to go down the back. As you see, there's lots of little dots on here. Got to make sure I get this right. Right down at the back here, we've got a cheeky little diffuser looking awesome. And then on here, we've got our big old spoiler piece looking very nice. We are also going to be blanking off this bed. On you go and on you go there. We'll be changing the colours of that a little bit later on. We go down onto here. We've also got some beautiful, if I can get them, side running boards, which are going to look incredible a little bit later on. Just adding a bit more width along with the fender flares on this truck, just so it's just a tad bit wider. But as we carry on around, we've still got a few bits left to go. For example, we've got our mirrors to go on here, which are bonus part mirrors. Right side, I need to get that one right. Go around here and get the left side one on. Where are you? There we go. And then up here, we've got lots of little shark antennas, adding as sort of like a little vortex for a wind tunnel sort of thing before it hits the spoiler. Just a bit more clean air coming off the back there, as it were. Looking good. And then we've got some bits on the inside, as you can see. We'll deal with them engine bay pieces later. We've also got some wheel bonus parts that are going to look a bit exciting later. And then on our hood just here, we've also got this big old stretched out hood scoop, as I've made it look on there. I think that's looking pretty mean and pretty wild. I quite like that. So yeah, the rest of the bonus parts I don't even have on me at the moment, but that is the visual look from the exterior for our beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex. Good old Rexy boy, or tuned Rex, as we will be calling it a little bit later on. Absolutely love it. I think it looks fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But now it is time to get this beautiful truck into the paint booth and decide what we're going to do with it today. Hopefully looking fantastic. Into the paint booth. In the paint booth with the Salem Earthquake Rex, and weirdly, the standard colour it looks like, that yellow that was very vibrant earlier, does look quite nice, but it's definitely not what we're going for. I've already got an idea for this one. So let's get stuck in. We're just going to skip over everything, go straight into the liveries. We're going to skip through these. There's the camo one that came on it. There's a more vibrant camo one on there. And then we've got our one that we're going for today. There is an extra one with a little digital camo just on there as well. But this is what we're going for today. Not in a gloss finish, in a metallic finish on there. You can see we may have some cutouts on the hood for a little bit of exhaust exit there. I don't know why all the bonus parts have now gone. Oh, because I'm sat with a yellow base still, aren't I? We don't want a yellow base. I want a black base on there. We're going to nip all of that down just so it's the blackest of dark black bases it can be. All of these parts will be changing colour. In fact, mirrors and stuff like that, they are going to go black, but the diffusers at the top are going to go black, but they will be a matte black. I'm not sure what to do with these little hosey snorkely nose bits on there yet, whether they're going to go a matte white or a matte black. Mirrors are probably going to go a white. The running boards are going to go a metallic blue, matching in with this. We're going to do something cool with the headlights. Hopefully they look fantastic. I'm going to try and get these trays matched into the colour for this trim piece up here, just to sort of hide that in a little bit more. Take the carbon off this spoiler and just make it a plain black, same as the diffuser just down here as well. And I think that's pretty much everything for the exterior at the moment. One thing we are going to do, though, is we're going to make sure we get the all screws but not rims painted in a very bright white, as bright as we can possibly make it. And that should be everything ready to go on there. Let's get it painted. There is a reason we have gone for a base colour black. As I say, if we open this one up, I wanted the engine bay to be pretty dark in there So I wanted a base color black. So this vibrant blue going over the top is a livery, but it is an achievable color in game because I literally took it from the game to make my livery from, just because I wanted a blacked out engine bay. Literally the only reason for that one. But there we go. I'm now going to crack on. We got some interior coloring to go on there. Obviously, all these exterior bonus parts are going to color change just a little bit, but I'm going to crack on, get everything painted, get this beast back on the lifter, show you everything we've done, and then we're going to paint that beautiful twin-turbo V8 engine, get it assembled, and get it shoved into the Salem Earthquake Rex. Well, here she is then, the exterior fully painted and looking very nice. One of the first things you may notice is these headlights. We finished them in a complete body match blue, but managed to get the little lips around the lenses in a lovely little white on there on the front. I think that looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. We went for a matte black on our little hood scoops there, just because I was going to go white. I felt like the black looks a little bit better. We went for a matte white on our mirrors just to give us a bit of definition, and a matte black along all our little shark antennas or diffuser pieces, roof diffuser, whatever you want to call it. Looking nice, along with a matte black on the spoiler and a matte black on that rear diffuser there. And then we went for some blue again for the shroud on these rear lights, and then it's got a little bit of blue on the inside. Hopefully with a bit of tinting later, we can make them just look a little bit more vibrant. Hopefully, fingers crossed on that one. And then the last piece that we've done, obviously, if we jumped inside for our interior, we've got a bit of blue on that bench for the back, so you can see it through the window there. And obviously, the seat belts went blue as well, and the seatbelt clips. I think that looks quite nice. If only I could have got the front seat belts in a blue as well, that would have been the perfect finishing touch. As for our front seats, though, they've got blue and white stitching on them, keeping up with that little bit of blue and white theme we've got going on there, looking very nice. And a little bit of blue on our steering wheel, along with lots of blue on the rest of that seat. There we go. That's everything for the exterior finished. All looking fantastic. Now I'm going to crack on, get all of the engine stuff painted, all of the suspension stuff painted, start getting this beautiful truck all back together, ready to show you guys the finished product, and hopefully get a good score out of 10, ready for the show car board. That's everything painted for the beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex, and it is looking beautiful on the outside. Very impressed of how this turned out. And bright yellow calipers. Thank you for the suggestion, Pi Newton. Absolutely love that one. I think that looks really good. And I will say the wheels are already on because they are painted invisible. So we won't worry about the wheel sizes today, because you should just be using the factory ones if you are building this, because it's specifically designed to sit at a certain height with the wheels on that exact size. So if you're one of my members, click join now below. If you're not and you want access to this beautiful Salem Earthquake Rex, click the join button below, where I'll be posting it in my Discord a little bit later today, which will actually probably be yesterday by the time you see this video. But there we go. So you can have access to this one with the livery and the cutouts and stuff like that, and all of the bonus parts you are going to see, or you can see, and the rest of the ones you will be able to see. So click join now, and I'll be adding it to that one. So if you are going to do this one, becoming a member, you do want to just leave the wheels the factory size, and we'll get to the rest of it a little bit later on. But for now, let's jump in and check out the engine bay. Most of it's pretty much blacked out. I don't want to give too much away, so let's just jump in at a place. There we go. So we've got the battery fully blacked out, the tray and lid on the top in a white with a bit of that blue on the bracket rods there. The fuse box is blacked out. The brake servo is in a black and white, and the ABS pumper module is black and blue. And then we've got the coolant reservoir and the wishy-washy reservoir completely blacked out, and the power steering reservoir just a little bit of matte black on there, just to change its tone ever so slightly. And obviously we got Barker's beautiful ECU in there, looking fantastic. Love how that one looks. It looks beautiful. Now let's get down to obviously our radiator, our Summit radiator in a matte white. And then we've got the blue surround with white fans on it as well. So looking good. But onto the suspension. As I said, the wheels are already on. We got yellow brake calipers, and they are looking beautiful. Our air suspension is in blue and black, looking nice. Lots of white everywhere else. Black bushings, and then a few bits of blue, just to keep it all going and looking quite nice. Very pleased with how that front end turned out. And the rear end, if I could get down there, which I can't from here, so we're going to run all the way around the back and go in this way, is very much the same. Mostly white across everything. Bits of blues dotted in there. The sway bar in blue as well. And obviously them beautiful yellow brake calipers with a black fuel tank and a blue fuel pump on there, finishing it all off. That is literally everything external, apart from the wheels looking beautiful. But now we need to go and build that wonderful twin-turbo V8. So let's get in here and see it on the stand. The block is in a steel black and matte white. The oil pan is just in a natural, is just in a steel black. There's nothing natural about that at all. Belts are blacked out as per normal, and our engine heads are in a blue and white. Obviously, that's the metallic blue from the body and the force color white from the Quality of Life mod. With a bit of TK Aftermarket cam gears on there with a little bit of blue and black, looking quite nice. And then inside our heads, you've got 2 camshafts and 4 spark plugs on either side. So 4 camshafts altogether and 8 spark plugs. But let's crack on and start getting the rest of this engine all together, starting with the timing cover, which is in just a straight up black on there, looking very nice. Then we've got all our little bits in there. The water pump is in a cheeky little white, which is going to get covered by the water pump pulley in a matte black on there, just finishing that one off. Down to this side, our power steering pump is fully blacked out, sat on the white arms, and the bolts will go white when it's in the car. Alternator on this side is also fully blacked out on the white arms as well. Then we've got our crankshaft pulley in the blue, and all our idle rollers are also in that lovely blue as well. So let's get all of these in, and then we can move on to the engine heads or some belts and things like that as we go on with the rest of the front of this beautiful engine. One more idle roller, there we go, and then we can get the first belt in on that side. Then we got our belt tensioner in a cheeky little white on there. Second belt on the other side, and one more idle roller just going in there. I nearly said belt tensioner, even though I knew it wasn't that. But there we go. That's the front end all done. Looking beautiful. But let's crack on and get this oil filter in first, which is just blacked out. So it goes black, white, black on there. And then our engine head covers are in black with a little bit of blue on there, just filling in the bolt holes. I think that looks really, really nice. And when it goes in later and these bolts all go white, I'm hoping it's going to look absolutely fantastic. Then we got our ignition coil. Then we've got our ignition coils. I can never seem to click on them for long enough. In a beautiful little white on there. Not that it matters, because it's going to get covered by these blue coil covers, which look fantastic. On we go, round to the other side. Let's get all of this in, all bolted up and ready to go. On you go, in you go. And we've obviously got our ignition coils to go and that little coil cover on the top in just a second. So let's get all of that in. And hopefully, I really like this engine. I think it looks beautiful in the black, blue, and a few splashes of white just to finish it off. Let's crack on with our intake manifold. On you go. You are in blue and white, carrying on from the engine heads on there. Looking very nice. Fuel rails are in black and blue. Just a little bit of blue on them, mostly in the black. And then if we swing around to the back here, we've got our fuel filter, which is in a blue, and our throttle, which is in a chrome and blue on there. Just a little bit of blue, finishing it off. Looking very nice. I love the reflections of the blue in there. Looking very good. Now onto all of our exhaust, and I've done these in a beautiful chrome. Thank you to all the suggestions to change this to chrome. I did have it as originally as blue piping, and I think people think the chrome looks a bit better, so we're going to go with the chrome. Now these turbos, they did clip in with our suspension gear, because it doesn't matter, they're going to be invisible. That's right, it's going to be invisible. We've got some additional turbos going in this one as bonus parts, so we'll check them out in just a minute. Won't be too long now. Get this one on here, and then our other invisible turbo on this side, and that is this engine all finished, ready to go in the Salem Earthquake Rex. So there we go, looking beautiful. Let's get it off the stand, and let's get it dropped into our beautiful truck. Let's get this twin turbo V8 dropped in then and see how good it looks. Plus, get all our extra parts in and hopefully finish this one off and make it look absolutely beautiful. Now, you can see I've got 2 medium intercoolers just there, or 2 intercoolers. So we're going to go and get them at first by lifting the truck up in the air. We're going to put the intercoolers in, and then we're going to get the gearbox and stuff in, and then we're going to come back and finish off that beautiful engine bay. So I'm going to give a lot of it away by doing this, but we're just going to get these 2 in up here. One there, and one there, just in the beautiful chrome. And we'll come back to the rest of that pipework in just a minute. As for the gearbox, let's get you on in a black with a little splash of white just on there for good measure, and obviously our beautiful white bolts finishing it off. The starter, I couldn't decide on this one today, so I just went with an over-the-top blue and left it with the white bolts looking nice. Now at the beginning I did say I didn't think these drive shafts could go in, but they can. You can swap both of these out to the TK Aftermarket Summit one, which we've done, and just finished it in a lovely little blue on there. One on that side, and then one slightly further down the back. Now this one's a bit shorter, so it does clip just a little bit, but I think it kind of works. Plus you only ever see it from the underneath anyway, so it doesn't matter all that much. But there we go. That's the drive shaft in, a gearbox. All we've got left is all of our exhaust set up to go, and that's all in the engine bay. So let's get the truck back down, and let's get in and get this beautiful, beautiful engine bay all finished off and ready to go. Now we're going to start from the back. Obviously we've got a turbo here that's invisible, so we just need to skip over that one and get some chrome pipe work in there, coming all the way up, going into this spot here, which is where our turbo is going to sit. We'll get to that one in a minute. Let's nip around to the other side and get all of this in. One there, One there, and one there. Same on the other side. That's going to go into our turbo. Then these ones here come out of our turbo as our air intakes. We've got some air intakes to go on the end of there. And then underneath, it comes out of the turbo to go back inside the engine, obviously through our throttle body down at the back there. So let's get all of this in with some lovely crossed over pipes coming on from those medium intercoolers. All in this beautiful chrome. It really does look nice. I did originally, as I said, have this all blue piping, but Multiply and Pi Newton also suggested that we went chrome with this because it does look better, I'm not going to lie. And we do have a cheeky little crossover X pipe in there as well, finishing it all off. But let's get the rest of this all in and then see how good it looks once it's all in there. In you go, in you go. Oh, missed that one. In you go. Let's go round to this side and pop these in. One on here, then we've got a little short pipe that goes up into our actual exhaust tips, which are up here, which are the tip 5, as you can see, all connected. And then for a little bit of a shroud around the outside for where our cutouts are, I've also done some tip 3s just in the white on there, just to finish that one off. I think that looks good. On we go with this side. In you go, in you go. On with our actual tips, and then on with our white shroud, or surround, or whatever you want to call it. And then in with these last bits of chrome pipe there. I think that's everything. I probably have to go in and check I haven't got no loose bits of pipe that I've accidentally missed somewhere. But that's pretty much all of it. Left to go is just... I've gone into the wrong mode. We've got our bonus parts to go in as we go up here. Obviously, we've got a couple more to go for the wheels. But we're just going to get in with these turbos for the minute, which are in blue and chrome on there. And blue and chrome on this side as well. Looking good. And then our air filters are just in a white and black. With a little bit of that... A little bit of their natural bronze on there, just looking very, very good. That is it. I'm going to open that back up again because I meant to go into photo mode so we could get a little view from above of all of that wonderful chrome work in there. That is looking fantastic. Thank you for the suggestion to change it to chrome. It is looking absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Multiply. Thank you, Pi Newton, both of you, for all of your help. And for anyone else in the Discord that was meant to help but didn't quite get around to it in time, it is fair enough. I did ask this one very quickly and literally about half an hour ago. So if you didn't get it in time, it is fair enough, but it has all gone chrome now. Anyway, looking fantastic in there, but let's crack on and get some window tinting done. Obviously, these headlights look beautiful. Tail lights are looking quite good, but we'll see if we can change them at all when we come into our window tinting. So I'm going to get all the main windows done, and then I'm stuck on the pillar. I'll get all the main windows done, and then we'll come back to sort out the lighting. That's the windows done, and we've obviously gone full black all around the backside there, and 75% coverage for the windscreen and the 2 front side windows looking pretty good. But let's crack on. Can we do anything with these headlights? I don't think we can. No, that's fair enough. So we'll leave them as they are. But the tail lights down the back, I do think we can get a little bit extra in there. So like I can take the darkness out, just have a bit of that extra bit of splash of chrome in there with the blue lights, or do we keep it dark? What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. I think I'm actually going to keep this one dark. Oh, I'm tempted. I'm tempted with it. It does look pretty good with the extra bits of blue coming out. If only I could have got them tip bits white, the same as we did at the front. That would have looked absolutely fantastic, and I would have 100% done that. I really don't know. I really no. I'm going to leave them dark. We're going to leave them dark, and that is it. So we're not doing anything with the lights on this one. But there we go. Let's just double check it's all looking fine. Light-wise, round we go. Make sure we haven't broken anything. No, we haven't. But let's jump inside and check out our window tint. Not that it matters because we're not racing this one today. It is just a show car build, as I've said many a times. So make sure to give me a score out of 10. But that is all the windows tinted. Obviously, we've got some wheels to do, but they are just bonus parts. So let's just get them on now. These are going to look fantastic. Beautiful BBS RS16 wheels, although 16-inch, I'm assuming, was the size, but they're not 16-inch anymore. Made by Barker. They are absolutely fantastic. They are public and available on the Steam Workshop. So let's get these all in, and I've done them in a sort of flat white with a bit of that body-coloured blue and nipping all the way around there, and it is looking wonderful. And obviously, they have got a bit of camber stance to them. Just a little bit. He says a little bit. There's quite a bit of stance on that, but never mind. Let's get around and get, if I can go into the right mode, all of these wheels on. There you go. And just here, and there you go. And that is everything but our plates done for the beautiful slammed Salem Earthquake Rex. Absolutely beautiful. Loving this one. Our tuned Rex, or T-Rex for short. It is looking beautiful. I'm going to get the liquids topped up. We'll get this one outside in the sun, and then we'll swap the plates, give it a dyno run, and then see what this one would sell for if we were to sell it. And we are definitely not selling it. Well, there we have it. What a beautiful looking truck we've got here. Absolutely fantastic. Loving this Salem Earthquake Rex. All the minute little details that you probably won't even pay that much attention to, in all honesty, but slammed down with the cambered wheels on there, which obviously are a bonus part. All of that piping in the engine bay, it all looks absolutely fantastic. Pat myself on the back. Well done to me. It is looking beautiful. Just a couple of pieces left to go, though. Off with our blank license plate. And for the front one here, we're going for something slightly different. We're going for just T-Rex at the front, which is this truck's nickname. And if we go round to the back and just get this rear plate off and get the finish one on there, which is a tuned Rex plate. Obviously, tuned Rex is what it actually is. And it is a T-Rex for short. Beautiful Salem Earthquake T-Rex. Absolutely fantastic. I've really loved this project. It's been a lot of fun. I didn't do a wild, crazy, over-the-top livery. In fact, all of this blue is officially a livery, but ripped right out of the game and then just slapped back on top of the Rust map, effectively. And then, obviously, we did design the little bits of cutout on there so that the exhaust didn't look so stupid, as it does sometimes when you just get the body-coloured blue sticking out from underneath it. But it all looks absolutely fantastic. It's all came together beautifully, and I'm incredibly proud of our Salem Earthquake Rex. I hope it wins the competition. If you do like it, and there is still time left to vote, as long as it's before 10 p.m, make sure to get over to the official Red Dot Games Discord server, linked in the description below and on screen now, and vote for my truck, or whichever one of the trucks in there is your absolute favourite. Everyone has built a version of the Salem Earthquake or the Salem Earthquake Rex. We just went for the Rex edition, and it is beautiful. I am loving it. So make sure you get over in there and vote. If it's gone past 10 o'clock, what you may see is whoever the winner is. Thursday. You may see whoever the winner is. Obviously, we won't announce that on the channel until Monday because I don't know as of now. But you may also see us voting for the next round of cars. So do take part in that one. And then obviously build one when it all finally starts. But there we go. Let's jump inside our Salem Earthquake Rex, see what this turbocharged V8 sounds like. Look at them exhaust tips sticking out the hood. It is looking fantastic. And I do like my steering wheel in here as well, along with the beautiful, beautiful seats. Looking fantastic. Start her up. Very nice grumble on there, but we've all heard the V8 TRX, A8, whichever one it's called, TRS before, which is the turbo one from the Drag Racing DLC. So let's give it some gas and hear them turbos. Little bit of over rev on there, which I definitely didn't set up. That's just how it comes natural, but still sounding beautiful with that turbo whistle over the top end. I absolutely love it. Now let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is and what its drag rating will be. On the dyno then, with our Salem Earthquake T-Rex VM Slammed Edition and its twin turbo V8 engine with 979 factory horsepower and its bonus part wheels that don't spin on the dyno, but we'll ignore that one for the moment. How much have we added to this truck today? 1,401 horsepower, almost an engine and a half, 144%. Absolutely crazy from our Salem Earthquake tuned Rex. I'm loving that. Definitely a tuned Rex, this one. Drag rating of A at 952. Not that we're drag racing our beautiful show car build with its wheels that don't turn. Again, and ignoring that one. But there we go. Not that we're drag racing it or racing it in any way, shape or form. Well and truly a show car build. So remember, give me a score out of 10 from in the comments what you think of this beautiful, beautiful truck, so we can decide where it will go on our fantastic show car board. I have noticed something weird. When you dyno it, some of the bonus parts drop in height. For example, these have dropped down just a little bit from dynoing it, and these have gone up. It's like the center of the vehicle's off balance. It's like tipped it a little bit. That's bizarre. I've never noticed that one before. I wonder if any other vehicles do that. Also, even like my cutouts here have all dropped down a little bit. Like the front of the truck has come up and the back of the truck has gone down, but the bonus parts have all sort of stayed where they are. Yeah, even my spoiler's gone up just a tad. Are these sort of showing a little bit more now? Oh, funny, weird photo glitch. Don't know what's going on there. I think they've come up just a little bit. I don't think they were quite that high before. My wing mirrors probably aren't placed as well. But yeah, that was a bit bizarre. I wonder if just taking it to like a photo location or something like that will fix that issue. I'm not 100% sure. But there we go. We'll get that one fixed in just a moment. While we're here, let's have a look at the gearbox tune I've gone for. Obviously, we're not racing it, so I haven't paid too much attention to this. Just sort of brought this slider down a little bit and left everything as it was, just to give a relative speed and a little bit of tuning. 88k in first gear, up to 413 in the fifth gear, and I'm sure the over 2,000 horsepower truck will definitely manage to do that one if we wanted it to. But we're not going to race it. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. But anyway, we do have a stage 3 fully tuned ECU in here as well, giving us an extra 16% tuning, and you can learn how to easily do that every time by clicking the link in the top right hand corner or the link in the description below. Easily tuning your ECUs perfectly every time. Nice little short video, less than a minute long. There's also another one linked in the description for how to do the carburetors. If you haven't seen either of them yet, go check them out. Leave them a like. Make sure you watch the end of this video first. Not long to go now. We're just going to get our beautiful truck outside in the sun. Get those little bits finished, but you don't need to see that. Get this one outside in the truck, outside in the sun, looking fantastic, and then see what sort of prices we could sell this wonderful looking truck on for. Not that we're definitely selling it. We're definitely not selling this beautiful, beautiful truck. We will be keeping it forevermore. So make sure you give it a score out of 10. Well, there she is. The beautifully finished, slammed Salem Earthquake T-Rex, or tuned Rex, whatever you want to call it, with its cambered wheels and its beautifully stanced body. I am absolutely loving this one. Don't forget, it is our show car build. So do give me a score out of 10 and head over and vote for it on the Discord official Discord channel for Red Dot Games. That was so hard to say and I've no idea why, but there we go. Go and vote for your favourite one on there, preferably mine, but anyone. Just take part. It is a lot of fun of our competitions. But there we go. Don't forget, give me a score out of 10. I definitely need it. But let's talk some facts and figures for this beautiful truck. I bought it for 62,387 at the beginning and could have sold it and lost out on 11,736. But we didn't do that. We spent a further 93,489 upgrading and modifying, tuning and painting this fantastic truck to how you see it right in front of you today, putting our total spend at 155,876. Have we got some money to make from this beautiful slammed tuned Rex? Let's find out. Let's take a look. Well, there she is, all 100% finished and looking fantastic. Obviously, we squeezed a lot more power out of that engine, from 979 horsepower to 2,379 horsepower. 144% power increase. Absolutely fantastic. Love this twin turbo engine from the Drag Racing DLC, especially with the fact it makes the turbo noises and I can whack additional turbos on it, make it look better than the original one, and then still have my turbo whistle sounds, which you know how much I love, even if it is the sign of a bad engine. But never mind. Anyway, lots more power from that beautiful twin turbo engine, but we did spend 155,876 to get there. So is there some money to make? Yes, yes, there is, with a sale of 228,807. Leaves us with a profit of 67,936 from our beautiful truck. Not that we're selling it. Definitely not selling this one. It is absolutely glorious. I love it. I hope it's going to end up in our top 4, which I'm thinking of making a top 5 and moving the Hoonipigasus over there somewhere, just along sort of like that fence towards the front, facing outwards maybe. We shall see, and maybe make this a top 5. So please give this one a score out of 10. I'd love for it to be in the top 5 and be one of our shown cars from our show board. Show car board. There we go. That's the words I was looking for. But there we go. We're all finished with the beautiful Salem Earthquake tuned Rex, the VM Slammed edition, and it is slammed and cambered. But that is enough of this beautiful truck. I could probably talk about this truck for hours. I've had so much fun making it. So many little accents that I've probably missed just talking about going around the truck today, but it is well and truly beautiful. And yes, if you do want access, click the join button below. Become a member of the VM Garage Club for £2.99 a month and come and talk to us on Discord, where I'll be posting this one. It will already be posted by the time you see this video. So if you want access to it, head over there and grab it yourself. It is beautiful. Love this truck. But anyway, what have we got coming up next? We do need to get off the Jeep and Rammer DLC all finished off. So our last entry is obviously the Rammer 1500 Yellow Sport. Beautiful looking truck. Big old truck. We're hopefully going to squeeze a lot of power out of this one. It is available from the auction, the salon, or the barn. And that means that you can't pick it up from the bad auction house because the junkyard is missing there. So we had to get this one from the good auction house, the only one from the DLC that we were forced to do that with. The engine in this one is the V8 Hemi 345 4x4, and this has been changed. This has been updated. They used to be completely different because this one wasn't the 4x4 version, and now these two are pretty much identical, with this one now being moved to the 4x4 equivalent. So there we go. It is now a 4x4. And the reason this was done is because it says 4x4 on the badge in there. That's literally the only reason that they added the 4-wheel drive to this truck. I do believe it was originally just meant to be rear-wheel drive. But there we go. This is what we are going to be working on next time. As I said, we got it from the auction house, the good auction house. It's all in good condition. Did we get a good price? Yes. Yes, we actually did. 77,840 is what I paid. And I can already make some money selling this truck for 83,022. A profit of 5,182. Not that we're going to do that, because we are definitely going to be drag racing this beautiful Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. It'll be the last one of the Ram and Jeep DLC, and we're going to be putting it down at the drag strip. So make sure you join us back here on Monday for finishing off the Ram and Jeep DLC with the beautiful Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. I'm looking forward to it. What did you think of our beautiful Salem Earthquake tuned Rex, the VM Slammed edition? Do leave me a score out of 10 in the comments so we can get this one added to the show car board and hopefully in the top 4 or 5, depending if I move a vehicle over. We'll aim for the top 4 just in case I decide not to move them vehicles. But do make sure you leave me a score out of 10 so we can get it added to the board. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to become a channel member and help support me as a content creator on YouTube, you can click the join button below and become a member of the VM Garage Club. I've talked about it a few times in this episode because that is the only place to get my custom configs and liveries. I know this one doesn't technically have a livery, sort of does, but it is mostly about the config and how it looked. So click the join button below for £2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee, and it does definitely support me, as these guys on screen, absolute legends, already have. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and it definitely does help me out. Not that I don't appreciate all the people that just watch the content anyway. You're all legends in my book. It just helps me a little bit more if you could click that join button below. As always, don't forget to like, double check you are subscribed, and leave me a comment. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.